So, is the topic good for you? Yeah? Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तिनेर स्मरणे हाय विघ्न विनाशन अनायासे हाय निज वांछित पूरन। We have to remember Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami says, Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smaran. You have to remember Guru. You have to remember or meditate upon the Vaishnavas and Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. Give that mat to her. You have? Ah, okay. Where is your other half? Oh, busy.
He worked all night, he missed.
Tinera Smaran. When one has to remember the Supreme Lord, one has to remember Guru and Vaishnavas. Guru Maharaj used to say, you have to remember a bona fide Guru. Guravo Bahava Santi Shishya Vittapaharaka Durlabam Sadguru Devi Shishya Santapaharaka. O Parvati, there are many so-called Gurus in this world who only plunder the wealth of the surrendered disciples. But rare are those Gurus who drive away the miseries of the disciples. Very, very few are such sadhus, bona fide Gurus. So, we have to remember Guru. If you don't remember Guru, if you don't meditate upon the glories of Guru, then your all spiritual practices will be finished, will be zero. If you don't remember the Vaishnavas, the glories of the Vaishnavas, those who are preaching the glories of Supreme Lord's name, those who are singing the glories of the Vaishnavas, those who are singing the glories of Supreme Lord, if they are not remembered, then also we will not get the desired objective. And Bhagavan, there is only one Supreme, there cannot be many. There is only Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He is the one and only enjoyer and the one and only master of all. So, if we don't remember all these three, Guru Maharaj emphatically he would say everything will be zero, 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 zero. Nothing else will remain. Devotional service is all about the devotional service is all about Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan. Tirena Smarana Hoy Sarva Vigna Vinashan. If we remember the three, then all the impediments, obstacles that come on devotional path for that try to hamper our progress, all of the obstacles will be finished. And Achirate Hai Nija Vanchita Puran. And all the desired wishes, objectives will be fulfilled very easily and automatically by the process of remembrance. So, during his last few years, Guru Maharaj would particularly and repeatedly emphasize on this, the remembrance of Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan. Because that is the only process by which we can proceed on the path of Hari Bhajan. If Guru's mercy is not there, if the Vaishnava's mercy is not there, then it is very, very difficult, it's very hard, it's impossible to chant the holy name, to get the mercy of the holy name. Krishna's mercy follows the mercy of his devotees. On whom there is mercy of the devotees, upon them there is mercy of the Supreme Lord also. Therefore, it is very, very important to meditate upon the glories of the Vaishnavas, to sing the glories, to listen to the glories. Because staying in the middle of all kinds of problems and miseries, they show to us how Hari Bhajan can be performed without any deviation. They exemplify whatever is written in the scriptures. There are so many instructions in the scriptures. They exemplify all of those and set and show to all of us that these things that are written in the scriptures are not impossible. These are the things that are to be performed and they are possible under all circumstances. So the Vaishnavas, they are not ordinary. Many evidence we can find in various scriptures. We can hear that from many sadhus that the devotees are not ordinary. They are not ordinary. Because they are the Lord's own persons. Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Guna Sakali Sanchari. In the devotee, all the qualities of Krishna are residing. All the qualities. Krishna's qualities are residing in the devotees. Just like when iron comes in contact with the fire, iron can act as fire. It will become very hot and it has the tendency to burn because it is in contact with the fire. In a similar way, the Lord anyone who is worshipping the Supreme Lord sincerely, a pure devotee, he has got all the qualities of Supreme Lord. The Lord is all merciful, and so are his devotees. And in fact, they are even more merciful than the Lord, because the Lord appears at the place where there are only devotees, where there is a worship of him, where the devotees are seeking for his company. But the devotees, without any selfish motive, without any personal interest, they travel from one place to another place, not considering whether there are devotees or non-devotees, whether there are atheists. They don't consider all these things, but they take the message of their Guru, they take the message of the Supreme Lord and spread it all over with, you know, utmost mercy. So that is why it is said the devotees of Krishna are more merciful than Krishna. Because what Krishna cannot do, the devotees do. Or what Krishna does not do, the devotees do that. That's why our Guru Maharaj used to say, in the afternoon every day, Guru Maharaj would come out to give his darshans. And he would circumambulate Tulsi during the time. He would give water to Tulsi. Many devotees would come to see him. So Guru Maharaj would, be very happy seeing all the devotees. And some days, most of the days, he would give some or other instructions. Because that is Guru. That's a devotee. He cannot stay without speaking about Krishna. It's not that he wants to give instructions. It is that the devotee cannot stay without speaking about Hari. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Shrinvanti, Gayanti, Ushanti, Manasa. How are the devotees? Shrinvanti, where there are speakers of Harikatha, they would want to hear. Gayanti, when there are listeners about Harikatha, they want to speak. Ushanti, and if there are Manasa, and if there are no one to listen or there is no one to speak, they want to remember. They cannot stay idle. Either they speak or they hear or they remember. The devotees are always engaged in this. So many devotees assembled in the library hall during Guru Maharaj's afternoon darshans. So Guru Maharaj would speak. Many times he would speak about the impermanent nature of the body, because he would point out to himself, earlier I used to do everything very fast, very quickly, and I was able to do all services, but now I am old. What to do? This body will perish one day. This is not permanent. This will go one day. We have to perform Hari Bhajan. What will go with us? Nothing will go with us. Only Harinam, Hari Mahamantra will go with us, nothing else. Isn't it? Guru Maharaj would ask after saying, isn't it? So, it is, we have to, only engage ourselves. Guru Maharaj would constantly remind us about the temporary nature of this body. Every day, almost every day. That this body is not permanent. So, during this time, Guru Maharaj would come out, he would give water to Tulsi, and then he would take darshan of the Thakurji from the balcony floor. He wouldn't go down, but he would see from the balcony floor, because it's very difficult for him to go up and climb down and climb up the stairs. Very difficult to do it every day. He would do it, once in a week or something like that, but it was very difficult. So he would see from the top, from the balcony floor. So he would try to move this way, like this, all the way. It's on the first floor balcony, and then he would try all the ways to, somehow get darshan of the Lord. But all he could see is the afternoon offerings that is made to the Lord. Because, in that angle, there is no distance also to be viewed. So he would only see the offerings of the Lord. Oh, very nice offerings are made to the Lord. So because Lord and Lord's prasad are not different. So he would see the offering, but he is not able to take the Vigraha, darshan of the Vigraha. So what we did is that we arranged for a camera, web camera, and we connected through a USB cable, and we have kept laptop in front of him. And then he was very ecstatic. Wow, he got darshan of the deities. He would take darshan of the deities and then he would offer obeisances on the laptop itself. But after a few days, Guru Maharaj asked, "Is it photograph?" Because there is no movement. It's like a still picture. So, is it picture? I said, no, it is live. You see the camera there downstairs. You are able to see from that. So, from that time onwards, whenever Guru Maharaj used to come to take darshan, we used to ask Pujari, just go here and there. Just move. Just move. Then he will understand it's not a picture, it's in motion. So Pujari would sometimes go this side. Oh yes, Thakurji. Yeah. So, and then he would offer obeisances. And on particular days, the mandir used to be closed. It was late sometimes, so the temple is closed. So Guru Maharaj would come in the library hall and ask, "Today I didn't get darshan of the Lord. Today I couldn't take darshan of Lord." And then immediately he would point the bhajan kutir of Paramgurudev, means his Gurudev. But if you take darshan here, your Supreme Lord darshan is also over. If you take darshan of Gurudev, Supreme Lord is pleased. Supreme Lord is pleased simply by darshan of Gurudev. Because Guru Maharaj said, whatever the Supreme Lord can give, our Gurudev can give that also. Whatever the Supreme Lord can give, our Gurudev can give. And whatever Supreme Lord cannot give, our Gurudev can give that also. Means, if you take darshan of Guru, if you take darshan of Vaishnavas, then the Lord's darshan is automatically over. Because Vaishnavas are nothing but Krishna's, own persons. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomar shakati achi. Krishna is yours. Therefore, you can give Krishna. You have that power. It is sung to the Vaishnavas that you have got Krishna. Govinda kahena mama Vaishnava paran. Govinda is telling that Vaishnavas are my life. Krishna himself is telling that the Vaishnavas are my life, are my everything. Life means they are my everything. So, if you get darshan of Vaishnavas, nothing else remains to be seen. Because they are completely sanctifying everyone else. Just like the Supreme Lord has got the capacity to purify anyone, similar are the devotees. They can purify any soul coming in contact or coming in front of that person. So, Guru Maharaj would emphatically say, whatever Supreme Lord can give, our Gurudev can also give. Whatever the Supreme Lord cannot give, our Gurudev can give that also. This one statement indicates how devoted he is to his Gurudev. You cannot even imagine this kind of faith in Sri Guru that our Gurudev can give that which the Lord also cannot give. This is madness of faith. Extreme faith, faith to a superlative degree in the lotus feet of Sri Guru. That is why Gurudev is Gurugata Pran. His one-pointedness to the service of his Gurudev and his life and soul is nothing but his Guru. He cannot imagine anything without his Guru. His life doesn't exist. That is the kind of, faith he had in his Gurudev. A love, affection, respect he had towards his Gurudev. And he would say several times that everyone says that our Gurudev has disappeared, our Gurudev is not there, our Gurudev is not there. But I am seeing that Gurudev is doing everything. We are falsely thinking that I am doing, but I am able to see that everything our Gurudev is only doing. But we are taking false pride that I am the doer. When Gurudev is not present, means when Paramgurudev is not present, he is telling like this, that I am seeing everything is done by Gurudev. And the kind of madness that he had towards his Gurudev, only when we see such personalities, we will be able to understand how much love and respect one has to have towards one's own Gurudev. Hearing, yesterday we had some discussion. Madhav Prabhu came, the Prem Prabhu came, and we, 2-3 of us were sitting and discussing. Our Bharati Maharaji used to say that you hear something about someone or about some object, you get some taste or you get some greed to get that object. But when that object is right in front of you, when you see it, then you will immediately get attracted and your greed will be more, even more. If you hear, then, okay, I want to get darshan. But once you get the darshan, if you have directly seen and witnessed, your greed for that person or for that object or for that place will even increase further. So, here, when we come in contact with such persons who are Gurugata Prana, whose life or who cannot think of anything other than Guru and Guru's mercy, such sadhu's company is the most wanted thing. That's the most desired thing. Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was asked by the devotees, how can I get eternal welfare? Srila Prabhupada replies, you have to stay in the company of a sadhu who is 24/24. Means all the 24 hours in a day, he is only worshipping the Supreme Lord, and he who has given himself for his Guru. He is telling that a person who is an ardent devotee of Guru Sevak, he says that Guru Sevak, a person who has given his life entirely for the service of Sri Guru, we have to associate with such persons to bring our auspiciousness, our welfare. So Gurudev is one such personality who cannot imagine anything other than his Gurudev. I had few experiences with him when we were in Agartala. That was my first trip with Gurudev as a servant. Previously I went with him but not I was an outsider, I was working outside, I visited in between. But that year I joined him as his personal servant, and I got an opportunity to go to Agartala with him. And Guru Maharaj was very, very, you know, desirous to go to Agartala. But we, as a new servant, I'm a new servant, I just joined him as a servant, and I, requested Guru Maharaj to not travel because he's very old. But Guru Maharaj said that no, 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 we have to go to that place. So I repeatedly requested Guru Maharaj, and each time I requested Guru Maharaj, he would say only one thing: you don't know the glories of that place. If you had known, you would not say no. And then he would speak about the glories of Agartala. That how our Paramgurudev had procured that land. Our Paramgurudev Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj, he did not want to go to Agartala in the first place. It was a remote place. There was no proper commute meant to that place, no proper facility. The only way that one could go was through flight. So Paramgurudev thought that it's not a place where it can be easily commuted or traveled to. So Paramgurudev, thinking like this, he did not show much interest. But one devotee from Agartala, he took darshan of our Paramgurudev and he insisted that he should go there. Because there are so many so-called Vaishnava Sampradayas in Agartala, but all of them follow, all bad practices. They call themselves as Vaishnavas, but they are not having good practice, Vaishnava practice, eating onion, garlic and all these things. So, he told that you should come there. Paramgurudev said, no, I will see in the future. Currently, he was busy preaching in Punjab and other places. Then, that devotee came repeatedly and Paramgurudev denied repeatedly. One day, Guru Maharaj was telling this to me when I asked him that he should not go. One day, that devotee came with a flight tickets in his hand. He repeatedly asked, but Guru Maharaj, Paramgurudev denied. So this time he purchased 7 tickets. Guru Maharaj said 40 rupees during those days. 40 rupees plane ticket. So he purchased 7 tickets on different names and he brought it to Paramgurudev. That these are the tickets, you have to go. And Paramgurudev was obliged. He's insisting so much. Maybe it's God's desire. It is Supreme Lord's desire. And if it is the Lord's desire, then nobody can stop it. So he said, okay. Paramgurudev went there, and the devotee who invited Paramgurudev was very, he arranged Harikatha at various places, in his own house and also at several other places. Paramgurudev, visited all of the places and then he spoke Harikatha. While Paramgurudev was, about to come back, he said that, Maharaj, you have to establish a mutt here. Paramgurudev said, I just came here, that's too much. I'm overly expressing it, but the thing is that Paramgurudev said, I already came here. I don't have any, plan to establish any mutt here. He purchased a land, and then the next visit, again after a few months or something like that, he again invited Paramgurudev, and then in the next visit, he purchased a land and he had put a board there, this land belongs to Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. Only that devotee. Paramgurudev did not tell him anything. He's telling, okay, wait. But he purchased by himself, or maybe he has a land of his own, and then he told, this site belongs to Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. Paramgurudev thought, it cannot be but Supreme Lord's desire. So, he inquired the local people there. The local people said that, Maharaj, please don't have mutt in this place because this is a low-lying area whenever there is rain, this is going to be filled with water. So don't have a land here, don't construct a mutt here. So then our Paramgurudev said, if it is the desire of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna to have a mutt here, he called the devotee who was insisting that Paramgurudev should have a mutt there. He told that I think it is the Supreme Lord's desire to have mutt here, center here. But the thing is that we cannot have it here at the place where you have shown. He became very disturbed. He wanted to have it there, but that didn't happen. But nevertheless, he took Paramgurudev in his car to different places in Agartala. He visited all the places, and then when he came to the Jagannath temple on the what is it called, Rajbadi, there is a assembly hall there, Agartala assembly hall. So that's what it's called, Rajbadi. So in that assembly area, there is one temple of Jagannath Dev. Paramgurudev said, I want this place. But that is temple, someone else is there. Odisha persons are there, doing the puja. No, Maharaj, not this, you take any land. I said, no, if I have to construct a mutt here, I want this land. Now, it is very difficult to get that land which is already, allotted to someone, or someone else is already there, living there. Now, after Paramgurudev had desired to have a mutt there, Gurudev was the secretary. In the organization particularly, secretary has all administrative duties. In terms of administration of the mutt is in his hands. And the president or the Acharya is the one who is going around preaching, initiating, giving instructions. This is Acharya. He is not involved in any administrative activities. Of course, Guru Maharaj had to do even after he became an Acharya, unfortunately. but that is how it was. So Guru Maharaj has a responsibility to get that land. So Guru Maharaj arranged for meetings with the dignitaries there, politicians, etc. there. And by seeing the impressive personality of Paramgurudev, very tall personality, tall figure, and very hands extending to the knees, very handsome and white complexion, very nicely built body. So by seeing his personality and by listening to his words, they were impressed. And they said, okay Maharaj, don't worry, this land will be yours. So they have given the word that they are going to give the land. So our Gurudev had to do all the following, to go repeatedly. He was also going along with Paramgurudev for different preaching activities at different places. Paramgurudev used to engage him in speaking Hari Katha, meeting with people, writing letters, meeting lawyers, so many things. And in the middle of all these things, he would come intermittently to Agartala to proceed to make the progress in terms of the land. So then, of course, all of this Guru Maharaj did not mention. Guru Maharaj was only mentioning the part of Paramgurudev, what his Gurudev did. All of this I read in Paramgurudev's life history, what Gurudev had contributed. But Guru Maharaj did not mention what he did. So now the government is ready to give the land. Our Paramgurudev is ready to take the land. But there is a very, very big obstacle, that is those who are living on that land. They don't want to vacate that place, and they are putting all kinds of hindrances. So when a place is encroached upon, nobody wants to, even the government sometimes takes a back step. I'm seeing in Bombay. So I'm going to the offices to find out, if there are any vacant lands. And the municipal corporation, they say, yes, we have lands, but they are encroached. I said, okay, you have the right to, drive away with them. No, we will not get into that. If you can construct a house for them, you can relocate them and you can take the land. We cannot. It is the government rule that we cannot drive them away from that place without providing them another place to live. So they are stuck. That's why in Mumbai there is so much place, but it is government's, but now it has become public place and government cannot do anything about it. They said you can take, no problem, but you have to construct building for them and then you can do whatever you want here. Same in Russia also. Yeah. So the thing is, government has, is ready to give. Paramgurudev is wanting to take. Now those who are living, they are so very ferocious. They were very aggressive that they will not vacate. And there were so many hardships that, Guru Maharaj had to go through. He went to the office, he was sitting in the office. These persons bribed them, the government officials, so that they don't sign on the papers. So they were, our Guru Maharaj went to the government office and he is waiting that he get the documents. But he is not, wait. So Guru Maharaj is waiting. Morning he went, afternoon, night. It's already evening, late in the evening. Wait. So the one who is the, chief authority, he came to the office and he saw, Maharaj, Swamiji, you are still sitting here? Yes, that clerk or whoever is the signing authority, he told me to wait. Why wait? I already signed the documents and gave it to him. Why is he not giving the documents? He immediately called the person. Why are you making the Swamiji wait for such a long time? Just give the documents. And then he was obliged to give it. Forcefully he gave. But Guru Maharaj, the whole day, he did not eat anything, he did not drink anything, and even to the extent that he said that he did not even go to the toilet. Because if I go to the toilet and at that time if they call me and I was not present, they would say, we called you but you were not there, therefore we cannot do it now. So he was waiting without even going to the toilet, that, if when I'll get a call now, He was so very eager. And ultimately the papers came in his hands. And now the government officials, all of them, they decided a particular date. On this day, at this time, we all will go, and Swamiji, you also come with 2-3 brahmacharis. We'll enter inside and then we'll vacate them. Everything is decided. Now, at that time, the person who is staying in the temple had locked the main gate, the big gate. He locked it and then he went away. Because again it is very difficult to get the government officials. 6 months, 7 months, how much ever time it will take, we don't know. So he left. So on that day also, Gurudev waited. Government officials came, they saw that it's already 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours passed, and they left. Sir, we have to go. We cannot leave our office for such a long time. They left. Those who came along with Gurudev, they said, we have to prepare food, we have to do this, they left. Guru Maharaj was waiting alone. Again waiting. And finally, at the dusk, at the end of the day, that person came, and then immediately Gurudev caught hold and called everyone. They came, and somehow it is, Guru Maharaj was allowed to get inside the temple. Later, it's not a cakewalk. Yes, it was not a cakewalk. Cakewalk means it was not easy. It was not easy.
Become an American. Cakewalk means it's not easy.
So, walking on the cake is easy, isn't it? Not sand walk. Very difficult. So, I just extended the example. It's not. I don't think it's the one, but I just extended. So, he got the land. I mean, he could enter inside along with all the government officials. But then, those who were residing inside, they were not good persons. They were not nice. When all the government officials left, they attacked Gurudev. They told that you have to immediately go out. We have big, what do you call, knives? What do you call the big knives? Daggers, yeah. And we will kill you. So Guru Maharaj said, because it is Paramgurudev's desire to get that land. Guru Maharaj used to say, I am also very angry. I am not a good person. I may speak nicely, but I am not a good person. I am very angry. He told that they told, we will cut your head. He said, yes, cut my head now. He said, I offered my head. Cut my head now. They thought, oh, he's not an easy person to go with. He is ready to do anything. So they couldn't do it. I mean, those who, say it's not easy to kill someone easily, And the power also, and Gurudev was so very determined to get that land for Paramgurudev. And ultimately, over a period of time, they vacated. And now that site, Jagannath Mandir, belongs to Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. So this is how the land is procured. So Gurudev said, our Gurudev is not ordinary. Wherever he desired, whatever he desired, he got that land. Even government officials, it was impossible to get, but because our Gurudev had desired, because our Gurudev wanted to get that land, he got. You don't know about the glories of my Gurudev. If you had known the glories of my Gurudev and how he had got the land in Agartala, you will not say no. Like this he said, therefore we should go to Agartala. I said, okay. Next day again, when is the flight ticket to Agartala? I said, flight is not booked. Guru Maharaj, please wait for some more days. We are not going now. Okay, you don't know the glories of Agartala. Let me tell you. Again he spoke the glories, all of them again. It's the same thing. You see how much he is relishing to sing the glories of his Gurudev. Just like a mother, about the baby, she is speaking to everyone, whoever is coming. She doesn't feel bored speaking the same story about her baby to everyone. Isn't it? Oh, my baby has, he spoke like this, he did like this, how he eats, how he smiles. Everything he speaks so fondly about her child to whoever is coming, or maybe, sometimes, we said, oh, you already told this to me. Isn't it? Yeah, sometimes mothers, they are so fond of speaking about their babies. Oh, I think I didn't tell you. My baby is like, oh, I already heard this. Not again. We get bored because we don't have love. But a person who has love to a particular object, he is never bored of speaking about that particular object or about that person. That story for me is repeating, but for him it is fresh. Because every time he is relishing the glory of his Gurudev. So, sometimes 3 times in a day, some days, he would speak. Because, for him he's relishing. And I think, oh, I already heard this, okay. But for him it is like fresh, he's speaking. And ultimately, we were forced to book a ticket. All our attempts to, postpone his travel did not become any, of use. Ultimately, because he desired to see his Gurudev's place and it had to happen. So we booked the tickets. Guru Maharaj was very happy. After he said, "Did you book the tickets?" "Yes, we booked the tickets." "You know about the place?" He was very happy that he is going to the place where his Gurudev has installed the mutt. "You know about that place? You know how our Gurudev? Our Gurudev is not ordinary. Our Gurudev is an associate of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. An ordinary person cannot do this. You should know the glories of our Gurudev." He would never say my Gurudev, because he would consider all of us as disciples of his Gurudev. Never has his own disciples. Never, never ever. He always say our Gurudev, our Gurudev. Now, finally we have boarded the flight, and in the flight he is talking about his Gurudev. After we boarded down and we are going to this thing, in the car he is talking about his Gurudev and about Agartala. He was so excited. He was so excited, it's very, very difficult to mention in words. He was so excited that he is going to Agartala, the place where his Gurudev has very, very, after with great difficulty that land is procured. And on a particular day his Harikatha was fixed, and he was very eager to speak the glories of that place, very eager to everyone. And every day 3 times he is speaking that this place, we are in a place, very holy place, this is not an ordinary place. And on the day when the time for Harikatha has come, he came and sat in Harikatha and he was speaking the same thing about how that land is procured, everything. And after he finished Harikatha, he is going back to his room. We were assisting him to go back to his room. He is speaking about his Gurudev and about the land. He went inside the room. We made him sit on his bedstead. So he is sitting on the bed, and then how our Gurudev is extraordinary. It is again the same thing. This time I chilled out a bit. Guru Maharaj is repeatedly telling our Gurudev is not ordinary. He is, he has put so many efforts to get this land, and he is, the associate of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Don't think him to be ordinary like this. Is Guru Maharaj speaking. Then I told, our Gurudev is also not ordinary. The efforts that you have put are also so, impossible for anyone else to do. I was only meaning to say that. I just said that Guru Maharaj, whatever efforts you have put, they are also not ordinary. I just was about to finish this. Guru Maharaj was very angry at me. It was like he had, the size of his eyes increased, so big and reddish, very angry. I'm just new to him. He cannot scold me now because I may not be able to take his scoldings, but that was enough to tell me that my Gurudev's glories are not ordinary. I am insignificant. You don't talk about me. I am a useless person. So Guru Maharaj was meaning it, and somehow I could understand why Guru Maharaj was so angry at me, but he was not able to speak. He was not actually shouting at me. He was only angry at me to quiet me, just say, stop now, don't speak further. You don't know the glories of my Gurudev. So the thing is, how much of faith he has in his Gurudev's thing, and that how insignificant he considers himself to be, even though he has put so many more efforts to get that land as a secretary of the organization, he did not consider his contribution to be of anything in front of the wish of his Gurudev. Because my Gurudev has desired, it has come. Not that I have put the efforts, I have got it. This is because my Gurudev desired, this land is there. So I was astounded to see the degree of his, submission to Gurudev and, one-pointed faith in him, and how much, pleasure he takes in repeatedly singing the glories of his Gurudev, that he is never tired, he is never bored, he is never, distracted. If someone says to me, oh, you also did, yeah, I did, but, not but, it is their mercy. I am nowhere. He doesn't want to hear anything about him whatsoever. So this is a kind of, submission. And he would not only speak about, Agartala. When he talks about Agartala, he would immediately come to Jagannath Puri Dham, the place where Prabhupada had appeared. That place was not easy to get. Nobody could get that land. Many attempts were made. ISKCON had the money. ISKCON had the power. ISKCON had, the influence. They had everything, but they could not get that land. There were so many hurdles there. So many hurdles. So, obstacles. So many disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they had come to our Paramgurudev and told, Madhav Maharaj, you are the son of Prabhupada. You have to do this. And Prabhupada had faith in you, because our Paramgurudev was Prabhupada's advanced man. Advanced man means anything given in his hands, Prabhupada was assured that it will be done. He was assured he will bring that activity to success without any doubt. That's why Prabhupada had a lot of faith in Paramgurudev. In Kovur, South India we went. There that land was very difficult to get. Why? Because many devotees went there. Sridhar Maharaj and many others, several others, they went there, Prabhupada's disciples. And they wanted to get the land because Prabhupada wanted to have a land there. And they attempted, but they had some kind of altercation with the local people, and then politicians got involved, and there were some kinds of, they thought for Gaudiya Math we will not give the Math. There was some kind of, miscommunication or misunderstanding that has happened. So they were, offended, and it was very difficult to get the land there. So everyone were packing their bags to come back, that it's not going to happen now. Then it is at that time our Paramgurudev was, he joined the party little later. So when he went there, he saw that everyone is in a, mood to go back. So our Paramgurudev said, he was brahmachari at the time, Haigriv Prabhu, what's this? No, it's not going to happen. We had some argument with the local people here and with the politicians and government officials. It's very difficult to get the land. So let's go back. Then our Paramgurudev said, no, our efforts haven't begun yet. We have to start our efforts now. Sridhar Maharaj said, Maharaj, we have tried enough. We have been staying here, we tried enough, we cannot get. Our Gurudev said, no, let me try. Paramgurudev said, let me try. Let us not give up. Let me try. That's why Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj used to say, when all of our efforts end, Srila Madhav Maharaj's efforts begin there. When we think that everything is over now and we cannot get it, then Madhav Maharaj says, no, we haven't begun yet. So this is the energy that Madhav Maharaj has got. In Paramgurudev's disappearance function, Sridhar Maharaj said, when everyone else is tired, he says, no, we have to begin now. So this is the energy, volcanic energy of Paramgurudev had got. And Prabhupada had such a faith, and now the result is we have Math there. There is Chaitanya Math in Kovur. We visited, right? By Paramgurudev's efforts, and also other other Prabhupada's disciples' efforts, but Param Gurudev. Yes, Srila Maharaj was also there. So all of their efforts, all of them are equally instrumental in getting it. So it's not one person's thing, but the thing is that who can give that energy and who can give that motivation, inspiration, and go by the words of Gurudev. So it's a combined effort for sure, but Param Gurudev's role was very pivotal in that particular thing. And one time, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in Mayapur, he was wanting to have an exhibition in Patna, Bihar. Capital of Bihar is Patna. So he wanted to have an exhibition there. So Srila Prabhupada was thinking, who will go there? There were so many disciples, few disciples sitting in front of him, the Tyagi disciples, the renouncers. So he was asking, I have a desire to go to have an exhibition in Patna. So he was asking anyone who wants to go. So he pointed, no, I cannot speak Hindi. Some disciples said, no, I don't know anyone there, where will I stay? Someone said, no, I cannot collect any funds, I cannot raise funds, what will I do there? Something else. So different persons, expressed their, ineligibility to go there. So Prabhupada had a desire to have an exhibition. So meanwhile, our Param Gurudev, he had just finished, he was a brahmachari, white cloth. He just finished his service that was given to him by Prabhupada, and he was just coming into the, mutt with his bags and everything. He just finished some service, and he is coming from some other city or some other place with all his bags and everything. Srila Prabhupada saw him from a distance, and he said, okay, my job is done, you can go and get back to your services. Everyone was surprised, what is this? Nobody has said yes to him and job is done, how is the job done? Hayagriva Prabhu is coming, he will do it. So our Param Gurudev came to Prabhupada very far, so he came to Prabhupada, he offered obeisances. After he offered obeisances, Prabhupada said that I have a desire to have an exhibition in Bihar. Oh, I am going now. Param Gurudev said, he didn't say anything. He expressed his desire means someone has to fulfill it. Param Gurudev said, okay, I am going now. He didn't even go inside the room. He didn't, have his food or water or anything. It's not like, a train journey these days. It was not a cakewalk to come to Mayapur those days. It was very, very hard. And traveling through all those difficult times and difficult places, he came. He didn't even go into the room. He offered obeisance to Gurudev because Gurudev is outside. And Gurudev told that I have a desire to have an exhibition in Patna, and he said, okay, I am going now. And Prabhupada said, no Baba, not now. I want to have it. Go and take rest, go and have your lunch and do everything, and I have a desire. Yes. So this is the energy that Param Gurudev had. That is the energy that will never deplete for Guru Seva. Never exhausted, never tired. Whatever Gurudev ordered, whatever he desired, whatever he wished, everything Param Gurudev was ready to perform. When different persons were asked, what service you like? I like cooking. What service you like? I like sweeping. What service you like? I like doing puja. What service you like? I like preaching. What service you like? Book printing. Madhav Maharaj, what service you like? Then Param Gurudev replied, Prabhupada, whenever I am doing a service, even before the service is over, if you give me another service, that will please me. See the kind of energy he has got in Guru Seva, that even before I finish the service that has been given to me, my next service activity is ready. Means my plate should never be empty. My plate should always be filled with service. So this is the kind of energy that Paramgurudev had carried. Yeah, so much of this thing. So in this manner, I don't know why I went into Paramgurudev's story. I lost the track now. Why? I don't know.
Because you were supposed to speak of your Gurudev, and you know that it would please your Gurudev if he spoke of his Gurudev.
Yeah, maybe, maybe, maybe. Yeah, I don't know why I lost the track. I was talking about Gurudev.
Gurudev wanted you to talk
To
about Paramgurudev.
yes, he said that why are you talking about me? You talk about my Gurudev.
Yeah, this one.
So the thing is, this kind of energy that Param Gurudev had carried. So his wish was not ordinary. And just like Krishna Bhakte Krishna Guna Sakala Sanchari, Guru Bhakte Guru Guna Sakala Sanchari. So just like all the qualities of Krishna are there in the devotee of Krishna, in a similar manner, in a devotee of Guru, all Guru's qualities are present. So Param Gurudev has this kind of volcanic energy, and that energy is transferred to Gurudev. Such a energetic and enthusiastic person in the service of Gurudev, he would not retire any time, anywhere, under any circumstances from the service of his Gurudev. He is fully tired, he has travelled, and so many preaching, so many letters, so many devotees asking questions, but still his desire to fulfill his Gurudev's desire, his energy to fulfill his Gurudev's desire is simply, on and on and on. In this way, Guru Maharaj emphatically he used to say that whatever the Supreme Lord cannot give, our Gurudev can give that also, because the devotee's desire is superior to Supreme Lord's desire. Of course, it's not different from Supreme Lord's desire. In extreme madness of Guru's love, only such a statement can come. Like, the gopis in extreme madness to Krishna, Gurudev's extreme madness to his Gurudev. That what a devotee cannot do, he can do anything that even Supreme Lord cannot do. That is, the Lord does not shower mercy upon, those who are atheists or those who are non-devotees, but the devotee goes to every place, every location without seeing the eligibility, and speaks to them, distributes Krishna Prem, Krishna Nam, Krishna Bhakti. I don't know if I'm over time or on time.
Not over time.
Not over time, okay. So,
Maharaj, I can understand how difficult it was for Gurudev and Paramgurudev.
no, we cannot understand. We cannot understand. It's very, very hard, because so much of love. It was an outpour of love actually to Gurudev. It's not just hidden inside, it's just pouring out. So much of love, so much of submission, so much of belongingness to Gurudev that one cannot imagine also. He couldn't stay when Param Gurudev disappeared. He couldn't stay. He left for Govardhan because he cannot see his Gurudev disappearing. Just like, Raghunath Das Goswami in the separation of Swarup Damodar and Mahaprabhu, he wanted to jump from the top of Govardhan hill. Brigupata iha Raghunatha samam. In Guru Maharaj's, Ashtakam, this is written, Dvadashakam. That just like Raghunath Das Goswami could not bear the separation and he wanted to jump from the hilltop in the separation of Swarup Damodar and Mahaprabhu, our Gurudev was also like that. He couldn't stay. That's the kind of madness that he has towards his Gurudev. So respectful, so very devoted, just like a child, Whenever he visited Paramgurudev's Bhajan Kutir, whenever he visited, that was a new experience to him. It's not like I already saw it yesterday, oh, this photo is here, this is there. No. Every entry into Paramgurudev's Bhajan Kutir was a new experience to Gurudev. He is entering into an area of some, unknown happiness that he has never ever experienced before, which he has probably done, previous day when he went into Bhajan Kutir. But now for him is again a fresh and unknown experience.
You mean very?
In Kolkata Bhajan Kutir. Whenever he went, he felt so much delighted each time. He took so much pleasure in trying to keep the positions of Param Gurudev with him, like danda that is offered to him, always very close to him. The japamala that was got to him in the absence of his Param Gurudev, he was, keeping all this to very close to his heart. Whenever we have seen, whenever his mood was not so good, because he was disturbed due to not seeing Param Gurudev, due to not being able to perform service to Gurudev as actively as he used to do previously. He is old now, he is not able to do as actively as he used to at some time. And he was, feeling extreme pains of separation. So that would actually make him very restless. That would make him restless. It would make him angry. Everything. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, all this comes when Mahaprabhu was in extreme pain. All these things, the gopis, they are angry at Krishna. They are very humble. They are angry. All the things are happening simultaneously. This happens in pains of separation. We could see all of these things. We couldn't relate at that time, but only after we read what is gopis' love towards Krishna and what is separation, we could understand. Oh, this was anxiety in separation. This is not ordinary material anxiety. And the moment we brought Tridanda that was given to him by his Gurudev, the Japamala, the glories of Param Gurudev, when we speak to him, he would immediately calm down. He would immediately become pacified. It's like union and separation for him. He is in such a separation and completely, disturbed, anxious. And now when he comes in contact with any object that is in relation to his Gurudev, he would immediately become calmed down, and then he would get into the speaking of his glories of his Gurudev, and then slowly become very pacified and blissful. This is union in separation. So, what is Gopi Prem to Krishna is, we have seen in the textbooks, and probably something appears, okay, is it possible? Oh, is it practical? Oh, is it true? But when I have seen Guru Maharaj such madness to his Gurudev, I thought, yes, this is not impossible. It makes sense to me now that what is that? Of course, we don't have the realization, we cannot understand the pain, but yes, I have witnessed this. Such a thing is possible. We don't have the pain, we don't have the separation, we don't have that, but it is not, something that is documented without any, that is not possible. That is possible. And only in extreme separation. So this kind of, thing has been witnessed. So if anything, that is strikingly, distinct in Gurudev, or that I have seen particularly, is his submission to his Gurudev. That's like, the first thing that comes on the top of my head. That what is speciality about your Gurudev? That's the top thing that comes in my head. How he is such, humbly submitted to his Gurudev, and how he could make his Gurudev is only life and soul and nothing else, and what kind of separation he could feel from him is all beyond imagination. Oh, now I remember how I went to Paramgurudev about Puri, Jagannath Puri land, the land in Jagannath Puri, how our Paramgurudev has procured. Everyone went to our Paramgurudev. You remember now? Everyone went to our Paramgurudev. That you are Prabhupada's advanced man. You can do whatever you have, whatever Prabhupada desired, you should only do. Paramgurudev was not a very, very senior brahmachari, because there were several others like Bhakti Hriday Ban Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, several others, Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, these are all Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, these are all seniors to our Gurudev, Paramgurudev. So our Paramgurudev said, no, you all do. I am at your back. You order me what I should do, I shall do. Because Paramgurudev never wanted to take any credit for himself. These personalities are totally different. Each and every disciple of Prabhupada is totally different. You cannot, imagine what kind of spiritual qualities they have got and what kind of submission they have got to fulfill the desires of their Gurudev, Prabhupada. So our Paramgurudev said, no, you do. I'll be instrumental, but you will be in the lead role. He said, no, Maharaj, you have to do it. When repeatedly all of them told that you have to do it, then Vaishnava Adesh, this is the order of the Vaishnavas. This is the order of the Vaishnavas. Therefore, I shall fulfill their, desire or order. So with that, not that I am eligible, everyone is telling me because I have the eligibility, capability. No. It's the Vaishnava's order. Therefore, with that, he went and attempted. And, it was not so easy to get the land even there. It was very, very difficult. There were about 20 or something like that, tenants living in that place. To even empty one is very difficult. 20 tenants, not so easy. 40 tenants were living there. Not so easy. And it was so, dangerous also. Because they were not simple persons. It was very, very dangerous. But it is because the order of the Vaishnavas, Paramgurudev had endeavored, and of course, as Gurudev was the secretary, he had to undergo all the hardships again. He did everything. And finally, the land is procured. And Gurudev also used to speak. I was talking about Agartala. That is how I came in contact with Puri Dham also. If I go that, if I speak about in detail, then it will go even further. So, and also in Chandigarh. In Chandigarh, Paramgurudev had seen various lands, several places. And then he decided that I want the land here. Like yesterday I was telling, right? Swami Maharaj put the stick here, I want the land here. Pure devotees, it's nothing is impossible for them. Their desire, Supreme Lord is obliged to fulfill. Not talk about ordinary people like us. Supreme Lord is obliged to fulfill the desire of the pure devotees. We may become instruments and we may claim that, I am the doer. But it is Supreme Lord who does it. So, in Chandigarh also, he visited several places and he came to this place and he told that I want this land. Chandigarh is a very planned city. They have allotted everything, that this is the, residential area, this is the shopping area, and this is the park area, this is the amusement place, this, that, everything is like, and there is the temple place. You don't see temples everywhere. Everything is very planned. So, and that was there from that time itself. So our Paramgurudev had shown a park and told that I want temple here. Everyone said, Maharaj, this is allowed for the park. You cannot take the land of the park for the mutt. You can choose some other location. Our Paramgurudev said, no, I want only this land, nothing else. And the endowment commissioner, whoever was the chief of that at that time, I don't know exactly who that was, it's recorded, but I don't know the name. So he was so much captivated by Paramgurudev's personality, even previously, not during this conversation, but previously was so much captivated, he was requesting, Swamiji, please ask for another land, not this. Paramgurudev said, no, I don't want another land, I want this only. Then finally, by seeing the personality of our Paramgurudev, he said, okay, let me try. And there was a board meeting in which our Gurudev also attended, a board meeting of all the office panels who decide to allot land. And mind you, only one person was in favor of getting the land, giving the land to our mutt in that place. All other board members were against. Our Gurudev was there in the meeting, he said that it's not going to be possible. But then that person told, don't worry, I will fulfill Swamiji's desire. It is your Gurudev desired, I shall do it. We have a temple there. They have cut the park, a part of the park, and that is given to our mutt. Simply because Param Gurudev desired. So Guru Maharaj would speak so much about, this, how our Gurudev is not ordinary. He is a direct associate of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. If he desired, it will happen. So, our glories of our parampara, entire Mahaprabhu's parampara, they are unfathomable. They are beyond our imagination. So, Mahaprabhu, ब्रह्मांड तारिते शक्ति धरे जने जने एवेद पुराणे गुण गाय जेवा शुने. All the members of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's family have, or the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they have got the capacity to deliver universe. Not to speak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons. They have got the capacity to deliver the universe. So, in this way, our revered Gurudev's glories are unlimited. We just talked about some part of one aspect, Gurugata Pran, some part of it. How he is so much devoted and dedicated to his Gurudev. Okay, so we shall stop here. Thank you very much for your association in the 4 days. You gave me an opportunity to hear and speak about Krishna, Gurudev, holy name. So it's so nice. So we will catch up again some point in time. Okay. Today no questions.